Yes, Charlie.
Hello, Ricky. How you
doing, man?
Yeah.
Respect. Thank you for coming down today.
Thank you for the opportunity.
No, thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
You come down in this Ford Puma racing.
Yep.
As I said to you off camera, like, I've owned Fords. I'm not too clued up on the history on this, but there's always been something about this car that I find interesting. Obviously, the looks, wide body. Do you want to maybe speak a little bit about it?
Yeah, I mean, like you say, obviously looks is what stands out. You know, at first sight, you've got the wide arches and stuff. These were a limited run of 500. They're basically the standard Puma, essentially at the beginning in Germany, which is where they were built.
Yeah.
And then they were shipped back to Britain. Daventry, you got Tickford, who done the conversion.
Okay.
So they basically stripped it apart, put all their fancy bits on it, and then sold it for an extra $7,000. Which was quite expensive for what it is, really. Yeah. So yeah, they had a £23,000 asking price.
Wow, and what year was that, sorry?
About 2000. Yeah. Okay. So quite expensive back then, considering you could buy a Subaru Impreza or a Integra Type R.
Wow, so had a hard time then.
So yeah, it did struggle a little bit, and a lot of them end up being sort of Ford directors and stuff who had to drive around in for a bit before they could actually sell it because they struggled to sell them, believe it or not, even with 500 only made.
So what's some of the differences then with this and a normal Puma then?
I mean, the engine is essentially the same block and everything, but what you've got is the inlet plenum, which is obviously bespoke.
That's your car number as well, you say?
Exactly, so the build number, obviously this is the 222nd, so each one was numbered accordingly to what one it was from factory. Uprated cams, so they're quite lively engine to rip, it's quite revvy and stuff.
Yeah.
You've got the 4-to-1 manifold with 200 cell cat, Piper exhaust system. So they had modified exhaust from factory, as well as a map as well, so you get a bit of crackle and overrun when you're driving. But
the main thing was obviously exterior, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the reason it became quite expensive because they spent a lot of time on the exterior. So you can see the fat arches on the front. It kind of looks like a hamster with a load of.
Mate, it's beautiful, man. This is what I love about it, man. The front.
Good stance to it.
Yeah.
The bumpers were after, so obviously you got the front splitted down the bottom.
Yeah. So that's factory, yeah?
Yeah, that's
crazy, man.
And obviously the rear arch and bumper is wider as well.
Yeah.
So
because they are bubbly shaped anyway, the Pumas,
yeah, they're quite bubbly. And then if you compare them next, you can see how much wider this is.
Yeah.
You've got obviously, and then suspension and brake upgrades as well.
So you say Alcon brakes.
Alcon 4-pot brakes, on the front, and then they done disc and caliper on the rear.
Okay.
I believe they're from a Focus ST 170 on the rear. Suspension, you've got eye-back springs with different dampers, wider wishbones, wider drive shafts.
Right.
So yeah, it handles a treat.
So
it's more of a drive car.
highlight, do you think, the handling?
Yeah, and just the overall experience when you're driving it, really.
Yeah. And what is it like to drive?
It's good fun. It's not fast in any way, shape or form, especially in today's standard, and obviously compared to some of the stuff you've driven. Yeah. But it's a driver feel back car. You feel everything through the steering wheel, the pedals. The engine responds how you want it to respond. It's it's good fun. And then obviously the sound it makes as well is pretty exciting. Yeah.
So check out the interior, guys. Condition is just like, I don't know. It's like, it looks like new, man. Like you've kept it in really good.
These seats have been retrimmed. Now this Alcantara, you can't get it in this shade or anything like that anymore. It's an absolute pig to find, and when it does come up for sale, it's really expensive. So I'm kind of lucky that the condition of the interior in this one is pretty much like brand new.
This is like RS Mark 1 Focus sort of
size,
it's
pretty much that vibe in that era.
You say some people think that it's a modified Puma, not knowing it's like an original.
Took it out the garage this morning, this bloke walked past and he said to me, oh, I love what you've done to this car. I said, no, believe it or not, it's actually, this is how it is.
No
and
way.
he didn't believe me, he actually thought I'd modified it.
No.
But this is how it is, it's a bit Asbo looking, but I quite like it.
And you're 23?
Yeah.
How long you owned it?
Year and a half.
Wow, man.
So
it's crazy, man. Respect, man.
Yeah, well, it's an investment. So
wait there, is it older than you?
I'm 98, this is 2000, so nearly as old as me. Yeah.
Wow. And so 5-speed manual, no LSD, you say it was an optional factor?
It was an optional. I don't believe this one has it. I have no paperwork to say what diff it's actually got, but it's an IB5 gearbox, and they strengthen first and second gear in these Ford Racing Pumas, and it's quite close ratio, so it kind of feels like a rally gearbox. Everything's like driver feel.
You're saying at like 70 you're up
70
in the
at
RPM,
4,000 RPM, so it's not that great on motorways and A roads, but B roads, it's fantastic. It's good fun. You know, it's lively. You've got power in every gear.
All right, Charlie, should we jump out, take a spin?
Sounds good to me.
Let's do it, man. Guys, final call on the RS4 competition. It ends this Sunday at 8:30. The live draw will be exactly the same day, but at 9:30, I'll be going live on the LLF Games Facebook. And you can still win this car for just $10.99. The odds are absolutely ridiculous. Ticket links in the description below. I'll hopefully see you guys on Sunday. Right, Charlie, Ford Puma Racing, 1.7 litre just to confirm.
Yeah, 1.7. Yeah. Essentially the engine's the same, you know, like internals apart from the camshafts, and then they've got obviously the mat that they've got on them, the inlet plenum, the exhaust.
Is it same weight? Would it probably be heavier than a normal Puma?
It is slightly heavier, yeah, because obviously I think the rear arches are the ones that are on top of the original arches. Yeah. So you have got a little bit more extra weight, probably in various other parts. Still a light car, you know. It's not rapid or quick in today's standard, but it's a good driver's car. You feel everything on the road. 153 horsepower. 153. So
yeah, similar, because I filmed a Volkswagen Up.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, the red one.
GTR the other day. Yeah. So that's turbocharged, so it's probably got more low down torque. But what does this rev to? Is it revvy or?
Yeah, well about 6.5.
Guys, the interior is so sick, like literally like we're sitting in a Mark 1 Focus RS. Anyone with a Mark 1 Focus RS, give me a shout, I'm dying. One of my favourite cars, I've still never driven one, love the looks of them. But yeah, seats are identical, like you say, colour code's the same.
Yeah, Alcantaras, and
it's pretty small as well, isn't it? Like nice.
Yeah, it's a Fiesta Mark 5 underneath.
Well, not small as in I'm cramped up, but it's just nice and, you know, snug, isn't it? NA. Oh, that sounds sick, doesn't it?
lively engine.
Mate, that's the sound, man. The rev matching on lock, man like Charlie, come on. And it does feel planted, doesn't it?
Yeah,
and you can feel a lot coming through the cabin.
Yeah,
I can feel it on the passenger side.
You feel it through the pedals as well. You'll see in a minute everything's driver feedback.
Guys, how awesome is this? Charlie's 23 years old. What did you say you were before this?
Yeah, before this I had an Austin Mini, which I supercharged.
Alright, nice.
I like my old cars. I like anything that's a bit different, anything that feels different. I find a lot of modern cars tend to feel the same as each other. You know, I like that different characteristic when you drive older stuff, you know.
Man, that sounds quality.
Yeah, revvy.
Yeah. You've got to rev the hell out of it. Must be some sort of lightweight flyover because it gets up in the RPM quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think the cams and the gearbox is very close ratio. So
you did say, didn't you? So what is the top speed? I bet it's I think a little shorter than usual.
129 probably, but it doesn't concern me because I'm never going that fast anyway.
Yeah. So do you have anything modern like?
Yeah, I've got a CLS 63.
Oh bloody hell!
Completely different car to drive. It's got a lot of power.
So that's the daily, or?
Yeah. I mean, I don't commute to work, but that's what I'd use. CLS is more of a cruiser, and then straight line, out and out power sort of thing. It's very different when you jump in either of them. Like I say, it's not rocket shit, but it's just it puts a smile on your face, you know.
It's all down to the road you use, man. But it does seem pointy and very
you'll feel it.
Responsive, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I know, guys. I say it a lot, you know, with some people that are like a little bit younger. But I just rate it so much because like when I was young, I just wanted. Well, I mean, you have got a nice bonding car, haven't you? A CLS C63.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just insanity.
I think my passion is old cars. A lot of people say, "Oh, why do you like old cars? Why don't you like new stuff? You know, everything's better." But it's, I don't know, just more character in old stuff. I think.
But how have you got into how have you got into that mindset?
I think working on cars and then experiencing them and finding out what I like out of them. You know, I like everything that I like to be able to feel. you know, that feedback. Everything's all controlled by computers. So I mean, this got computers on it, but it's not like, you know, some of this other stuff.
Just jumped into the exclusive. So you said that you actually watched, what was the first video? Was it the Sierra
Cosworth? And that's when I sort of thought, oh, do you know what? I'll ask you about this one, see if you fancied this. I mean, it's not Sierra Cosworth, it's nothing like it, but you know, it's one of them old Fords that I think will appreciate in value. It's rare, and it's not one that people necessarily think off the top of their head when you think of old school Ford. You know, it'd be good to get it out there, see what people think.
The steering not too bad.
Yeah, it's not great, but I think that's all to do with the modifications on the suspension. I feel like you're driving Fiesta at first, didn't you?
I don't even think I've driven a Fiesta of this era, to be fair, but definitely pretty cramped up, man. But I like the support on the seat, man. Unfortunately, my knees are nearly hitting the steering wheel.
Yeah, that is one downside. There's no adjustment there.
Gearbox is nice, feels pretty tight and solid, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sick. Oh man, yeah, that front end. It's lovely, isn't it?
You feel everything, don't you?
It's just
responsive.
I mean, what's the word? It's just effortlessly travelling across the road. You're going to be able to rip this hard, boy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, guys, obviously this is one of them cars, man. Like, it's pretty rare, you know. It's only 500, so you can't be silly in it, you know. And it gets going, man.
153 ponies. Just goes to show they ain't going to have a lot of power to.
Nah, not at all, man. Like I say, it's all down to location, bro. Like, if you're on a bloody dual carriageway or a motorway in a 150 brake car, then that's not good, is it? No. But a little bit more enclosed, couple of bushes each.
you can enjoy all of it without you losing your license. You know.
What does it rev to? Yeah, about 6,000. Yeah. Mate, it's got this, like, I don't know, has it got this like Evo sort of vibe to it, man? Like, it's very, very flat, man. You know, we're not really going to be able to push it out of its chassis limits, are we? Like with 150 brake. But
no, I think it was designed to have more power, but they didn't have enough to reach that.
About 6.5. Yeah. It is a little bit stiff, but it's not crashy, is it?
Yeah.
It's comfortable. I mean, is that the most revs it's seen in a while, Charlie? Or
no, I do drive it within legal limits, of course.
I don't know if I asked you. So, what is something like this worth now? So you say they were around 23 grand new.
Yeah. So I mean, I paid 15 for this. I've seen people advertising. There was one for 23,000, one for 29,000. Whether they'll get that or not, I don't know.
That sounds sick, doesn't it? Yeah, the gearbox got a really nice feel to it, man. Yeah. Oh man, I keep going from third to fifth.
It's so close, isn't it? So close, right?
Brakes, man, they do feel good as well. Second gear. Let that rev out, boy.
That was 7.
So, what's the mindset? You're going to keep this one? She's not going?
Yeah, well, actually, I bought it with the intention to enjoy it for a couple of years until I buy my first home.
Okay.
That's gone out the window now. I'm keeping this as an investment and to enjoy on, you know, weekends, and then the CLS will go when I buy my first home. That's the plan.
Sick. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what kind of feedback to give, guys. I mean, I don't want to disrespect the car, of course. You know, this is a really nice example, and I'm lucky to even be driving it, to be fair. But it definitely feels like it's a capable car. Like,
it's capable of more.
Yeah, like as in, I feel like I could really attack the road in it, and it will hold up. But cornering wise, it just feels so underpowered for what it feels like it's capable of.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Not that it feels slow, but it just feels like the chassis can deal with way more.
Like I said to you earlier, there was a few people in the group I'm in, and they got turbocharged.
Yeah.
So maybe you should try one of them.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
See what you think of that, see how different it is.
See, I did feel then it like kind of pulled down to the left then.
Yeah.
That tells me maybe it, I don't know, maybe it doesn't have an LSD. Yeah. You said it don't have one, did you?
I don't think it has one. I've got no certificate to say it has.
So yeah, widened track, upgraded suspension, better brakes. No wonder why some of the guys you know have slapped a turbo in it. All the touch points are nice, guys. Easy to drive. It does feel very involving. It don't feel like just some, you know, super easy. I mean, of course, it's fairly easy to drive, but it is challenging, and it feels very analog, man. The wheel's not the heaviest, but it's not the lightest, is it? No. And you say that these didn't even sell out like when they were new, or
they struggled to sell them,
Struggled to sell them.
Too overpriced when they were new.
I was saying to you off camera, and I've got a personal collection, not a YouTube collection. All the cars I've chosen are my own personal choices, but this is a car that I'd love to have in the garage. I just think it looks so cool. It so effortlessly turns into corners, like it's nothing. Look, it's just flat. The thing is with like usable power is, you know, you can travel into corners a lot faster without really having to brake, because obviously your top speed isn't quite the same. Like you'll see like much faster cars where slower cars are keeping up, because they've now got to manage their brakes a lot more, whereas you're just flat through it.
And you get a bit more confidence with it. You know where a bit more where the limit is.
But yeah, this is a momentum car, guys. You got to just maintain speed and just, I suppose, keep the throttle buried. Right, so Charlie, man, I think I'll end it there, mate. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Coming down. What do you suppose I think he's doing?
It's Peugeot driver.
He ain't having it.
Yeah.
Charlie, respect, brother.
No, cheers.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Ratings for owning such a cool, iconic car, man. Anywhere people can find you on social media? Like, I don't know. Shout out to anyone?
No, I mean, I'm just on Facebook, really.
Is there a page for the car, or?
No, but my friend Sam, actually, he's a new upcoming reviewer, and he's done a review, and he's got his own website, so it's on there. Any information you want to know about, it's all on there.
Well,
the website's called Worth Reviewing, and he's got a YouTube channel as well.
Sweet. Yeah, well, I'll leave all the links. Just send me the links. I'll put them in the description.
Sounds good.
So yeah, guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.